What's up, guys? Eli here, back for another US black metal video. I realized I haven't done one of these in a couple of months. I think a lot of you guys are probably kind of burnt out on it because I've done like 15 of them, but that's okay because I'm going to continue doing them until I've run through all my American black metal in my collection. I still have enough for probably another 7, 8 videos, so I think it's a fun series. I've really been enjoying it. I don't know why. I guess I just got distracted by the other things that I do, but as always, 5 American black metal albums from my collection. Let's do this. We're going to start out with a banger. We got Toten with a demo compilation called Macabre. Toten was a pre-Profanatica band featuring Paul Ledney and John Gelso. Get the inside there. So Toten was active from 87 to 88, so just about a year. Out of New York City. So this is a compilation that has the 1987 and the 1988 demo. I can't remember what they're called. Misery from 87 and Macabre from 88. This is a pretty rare compilation. This is limited to 100 copies from a label called Unholy Black Records. Not a label I'd ever heard of before or since. So the music here is, you can definitely hear the roots of Profanatica. Profanatica would just start just almost right after this. Just imagine Profanatica, a little bit more death metal and a little punkier. I think you can hear a little bit of punk in the compositions and guitar playing and stuff like that. Paul Ledney's always been a fan of punk. It doesn't always show up in Profanatica's music, but I think it shows a little bit more on these Toten demos. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard Toten. Definitely worth looking into if you can find it. I think there are other labels that have released Toten demo compilations. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure someone else did at one point. But if you're a Profanatica diehard like me, it's definitely worth looking into. Nice little relic. Next, we have Venom with Realm of Sacrifice. This came out on Profound Lore Records, 2015. This is their debut full-length album, and formed by members in New York and New Mexico. This band would get a little bit more attention on their last album. I think it was 2020 or 2021. It was Ageless Fires or something like that, which I never actually have heard. I've only heard this by them. Cool album, I gotta say. If you like the Cascadian stuff, Wolves in the Throne Room, stuff like that, but also, and definitely Weakling. I think you can get some Weakling out of this. But also Druk from Ukraine. I think that early Druk stuff, I think you can definitely hear in this. So you got that kind of droning, hypnotic, repetitive, kind of fast-paced riffing, and that's some of my favorite black metal. That style, that just kind of repetitive droning, just hammering in on the riff with the atmosphere, and that early Druk stuff. Love him or hate him, but man, just some of the best black metal ever made, in my opinion. So if you like anything I just mentioned, Venom are worth looking into for sure. Then we've got Totaled with Lament. This came out in 2019, also Profound Lore Records. This is their debut and so far only album. This band has a little bit of mysteriousness going on. I don't know, who's in this band. I don't know where they're from. They're definitely from the U.S. The booklet, full of cool artwork. Let me just show that cover again. Awesome. The booklet's full of stuff like that. Very cool. I don't know who did this artwork, front and the back, but it's quite amazing. So Totaled are a bit of an anomaly, not something that I would go for all the time, this style. This is kind of like Swedish black metal, just think Marduk and even maybe earlier Watain, mixed with some hardcore. This fucking asshole that lives by me with a motorcycle. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate that guy. Anyways, so there's like some the music kind of bounces back and forth between black metal riffing and like crusty hardcore sections, and the vocals are kind of a blackened hardcore sound. It's pretty cool. Again, I'm not a big hardcore guy, so this is not something I'd go for all the time. And if there were a bunch of bands that sounded like this, and I'm sure there's a few, I probably I would need some convincing to get another album from another band in this vein. But it's pretty cool for what it is. If you like, just imagine Dark Funeral, um, you know, played by a hardcore band. It's good for what it is. If you're into hardcore and black metal, boom, should be a win for you. I'm just not a huge hardcore guy, so this album does not get a lot of play by me. But I've listened to it a few times, and I did find it pretty enjoyable. So, I never really have seen anyone talk about this. I kind of thought that it would be more popular when it came out, but yeah, I've never seen anyone mention it. I'm sure there are fans out there. I don't know. Check it out. Then we've got Villains with Life Code of Decadence. Second album from 2009. This is a band out of New York, formed in 2003. This came out on Nuclear War Now Records. So Villains play basically like a black thrash metal. Just think like the first Bathory album, mixed with maybe a little bit of Toxic Holocaust. So if you like early Bathory, and you like Toxic Holocaust, maybe Midnight, stuff like that. I think this band is really underrated. I think they're a very, very cool, black thrash band with speed metal and even some traditional heavy metal influences. A little bit of Motorhead in there, just dirty, dirty early thrash, first wave black metal type stuff. Really, really cool band. Wish more people were into them. Maybe it's because of the weird artwork. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but also stuff like Abigail. Abigail, if you like that Japanese stuff, Barbados, should be right up your alley. And last one for the day, we've got, I think this is the only recording by Vetus Obscurum. So this is a band out of the Seattle, Washington area, formed in 1995 originally. They were active from 95 to 96, and then didn't come back until 2008. Came out on the awesome French label De Beamer Morty. So this band has members of Drawn and Quartered and Plague Bearer. So this is just great, kind of atmospheric, almost depressive style black metal, but a little bit more. There's a little more meat on the bones, a little more violent sounding. But for me, I don't know. I kind of got some depressive. I'm a big depressive black metal guy, so I kind of got some influences from that scene. But I could be wrong. I haven't listened to this in a good long time, so I might be off a little bit. I bought this quite a few years back, and I haven't heard it in quite a while. But I remember liking it. I'm a big Drawn and Quartered fan, and so I had to see what this was all about. So Vetus Obscurum, if you haven't heard them, check them out. Anyways, that's it. Maybe I'll crank out another one sooner than 3 months from now. I really do want to continue this, but I just always have so many gears going on in my head. I've really been enjoying doing the movie reviews, as unpopular as they are, as I expected them to be. I want to get back to doing CD collection videos. Those are technically my favorite videos to make, and I've been kind of slacking on that too. But got some cool new stuff videos coming. Got a bunch of CDs, thrash metal, prog metal, traditional heavy metal, cool stuff. So stick around, guys, if you would like to. Anyways, as always, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk soon. Cheers.